pet provisions, drug-free dressing, and beanbag blowouts. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, November 4th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. We've told you before about local food banks and pantries, but what about our pets in time of need? It turns out that the city of Stafford and the Houston Humane Society have an answer. If you saw cars lined up one Saturday morning at the City Code Compliance Building next to City Hall, that was what has become an annual event, the Pet Pantry.
Hi, my name is Sue. I'm from Houston Humane Society. I'm the Pet Resources Coordinator. We're out here today at the Stafford City Compliance Building giving out free pet food and pet beds as well. We've got dog treats, cat treats, and then for the first 30 cars, we've got pet beds today. So we're teaming up with City of Stafford to give out to the public to help out if you need any assistance with your pets. So come get free pet food. All right, 4 bags of dog food.
4 bags of food.
Hello, my name is Alice Chen. I'm Stafford City Council member. I'm so excited here today. City of Stafford, we are once again teaming up with Houston Humane Society to do the annual free food pantry giveaway for dogs and cats. So we are located at the South Main, 2510 South Main Code Compliance Building, and we want to thank you, Houston Humane Society. Every year they team up with us for the City of Stafford to do this amazing event. It's so cute! So cute!
So I've been with Houston Humane Society for over 4 years. Back in 2020, right before COVID hit, we were thinking about how the community is affected. You know, we've had Harvey, there's always disasters that come around and just the public needs help. So Houston Humane Society teamed up and made the pet pantry, and it so happened to coincide with March of 2020 when COVID hit, and that was also a blessing disguised because we were able to be right there and help out the community when it started.
And this is Halloween, so we're gonna say trick or treat. Come, this is exciting. We're gonna see a lot of dogs and cats today, the owner, and also they are part of our Stafford family, so we're gonna take care of them too. So I wanna thank you again, Houston Humane Society. Help us to have this wonderful events for our residents. Thank you.
Get ready to go.
So Houston Humane Society gives out free pet food all over Houston every week. Go to houstonhumane.org to check out our schedule. We'll be teaming up with City of Stafford as well for 2023, so check out some new dates coming up.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Teacher Tribute, next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one. We are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
If I say to you Booktacular and Red Ribbon Week, your response would likely be, what? But these are two important facets of school anti-drug programs. John King brings us the story and storybooks.
Today we're having our culminating activity from Red Ribbon Week. So every day last week the kids got to dress up a different theme for saying no to drugs. Today is Our Character Counts, We're Too Smart to Do Drugs. So the students are able to dress up like their favorite book character, and we're going to have a parade at 2 o'clock. Just kind of a fun way to help kids remember the importance of saying no to drugs. We try to make it fun and interactive for them so that they'll remember why it's important to keep their bodies healthy. There's so much peer pressure out there at such a young age. It even starts where kids are trying to talk other kids into doing things that they're not supposed to. So I think it's important we start early teaching those kids about how they have a voice and they need to use their voice to say no and to make the right choices, so that sticks, so that when they get older, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, whatever, they already know what to do and they have had enough experience and it's been in their minds enough to hopefully they'll make the right choice. All 3 campuses, we try to coordinate as much as we could the same themes each day and the booktacular, and it just so happened because we try every year, we don't celebrate Halloween necessarily, but we try to incorporate a lot of the kids having costumes already into something educational like booktacular, so they can have a chance to wear their costumes but also understand that it's for a more important thing about saying no to drugs. So the booktacular, today's theme is about making their character count, and that if they're smart enough to say no to drugs, they can go anywhere they want in life with reading books, and the reading is so important. So it's a booktacular parade where they say no to drugs because their character counts and they are too smart to say yes to drugs. I think it's one of my favorite events of the year because you get to see all the kids dressed up and you get to see them having fun while learning an important lesson. So it's one of my favorite events that we do. I love to see all the kids participate and all the creative costumes that they use to find a book character to go with their costumes. I expect a lot of cheering. So we have some kids who are not dressed up, and so they're going to be the audience. So they're going to be lined up in the hallways watching the kiddos and the teachers that are dressed up, and they're going to be cheering. So I think you're going to see lots of smiles, lots of waves, lots of cheering, and a lot of fun in just a short amount of time. I just thank the parents for all the support. We also are having a trunk or treat kind of coincided with that, where the kids are going to get goodie bags, and it would not have happened without the support of the parents who also dress their kids up but also send in candy and donations for that. So thank you, parents. We couldn't do this without you. We are a village and we appreciate all of your support.
Teachers have one of the toughest jobs in America, so it's always nice when they're shown a little extra appreciation for their work. We also appreciate Fernando Ramirez for bringing us this story.
I feel like it's an honor to be appreciated by parents, by the students that I serve daily in our classes and work with on a consistent basis, and I feel really honored. We have an amazing PTO on our campus this year, and this was organized by our PTO, parent-teacher organization. They put this together to put an extra appreciation in place for our teachers and our staff here at Stafford Elementary. They want to show their appreciation more, not just one time in the year, because nationwide we do it once in the week of May, and they wanted to honor us even more. So that was really awesome and really amazing that they decided to do that for us. It's very important because we're here with your children 8 hours a day. We're putting the work in with your children. We're trying to meet them where they are. If they're struggling in certain areas, if they need more help, we're the ones that's here at school, trying to help them to be better people, and it feels good to be appreciated. Anybody, it's not just teachers overall, any individual, it feels good to be appreciated. So it's very, very nice when, you're put in that situation to be appreciated. The parents really went above and beyond this week. I've received flowers, candy, sweet treats, knickknacks for the classroom, supplies, sanitation wipes, hand sanitizer, pencils. I've received so much this week and I am so grateful. This year has been amazing. I always love when school begins because I get to meet a new group of children and I get to learn those different personalities of all the different kiddos that I'm going to be working with for the year. And it's been really, really fun. It's been off to a great start. The kiddos love to talk. But guess what? They also love to learn also at the same time. This is my 5th year teaching, and I would say what makes it change, it's just definitely the children are growing and, from on a maturity level. So, you get the kids in 3rd grade, they're coming out of 2nd grade, more maturing, and also as they get older in the grade levels, they work towards taking the STAR test that was in place, mandated by the state of Texas. So every year it gets more and more fun because they're growing with their knowledge and learning more and more. As an educator, I am not just teaching in my classroom, I'm also growing as well. I'm currently working on obtaining different certifications as far as gifted and talented, and also my ESL certification so that I can reach other children with different accommodations. Of course, thank you, parents. Thank you, students. Nobody has to do anything for you. So when someone does something for you, you always say thank you. You're always appreciative and you're always grateful. And that's exactly what I am today. So thank you guys so much.
Stafford High School's monthly community breakfast brings updates about the work being done at the various campuses to appreciative senior citizens. At the latest breakfast, the Early Childhood Center took center stage. Once a month, Stafford High School holds a community breakfast for residents 55 years of age or older.
So today the high school sponsored the Senior 55 Breakfast, and it's catered by the Career and Technology Department, and each event they invite a campus to come out and host and put on a little mini program or show as entertainment for the guests that attend the breakfast. So this morning the ECC was on program, and we presented a little segment that we call I'm Not Just a Kid, I'm the Future, and it just provided an opportunity for the Senior 55 community and all those that were in attendance to get a snapshot of what we do at the ECC. We tried to build a strong foundation for the students and help prepare them for elementary and the upper grades to come. And today we had students from Ms. Haberbo's class that sung songs that showed how we are cross-curricular. We integrate movement and counting into music. And then we had little Miss Sky Williams that read a poem, and Joshua Bennett blessed the meal this morning.
I'm also a little kid. I'll make quick things turn. I finally cured the cancer. Yes, I have all the answers. I'll make great holograms. And next to that, a flying car. Yeah, I'm just a kid, but I'm the future too. So watch out, world, 'cause my generation is about to start a new high-tech renovation. Thank you.
I am at capacity. I did share some exciting news with the group this morning. I thanked the school board members that were present for approving for us to add 2 additional classes to the campus. We had students on a wait list, and many of whom lived within Stafford District. And we were unable to provide their child with a space. And so once the board approved, we were able to add the classes. The teachers have started, and so now my enrollment is at 500. I just would like to thank the community for supporting Stafford ECC, and thank the parents for entrusting their children to us. And to learn more about the campus, you can visit us at our website at staffordmsd.org.
For Spartan Spotlight, this is Randall Williams. There is no shortage of talent here in Stafford, and one young lady at SMSD is making an impact on a national, even international level. Fernando Ramirez talked to her about her work.
Tell them where we wanna go. Midland City. Our favorite thing to read. Sonic Bus. With Special Lady Magnitude. Hurry, are you with me? Fun and adventure is off the hook. Roll call. Jaden. Here. Tyler. Here. Grace. Here. Maya. Present. Antone. Hi there. Hi there. The new adventure comes on. They promise.
Drawn In is a new kids series and partners with 9 PBS created by Lion Forge Animation in St. Louis, Missouri. And Drawn In is about 4 kids, Tyler, Jaden, Nevaeh, and Grace, and they all share a love for comics. And they go to this comic book shop very frequently with the owner, Lady Magnitude, and she has an enchanted long box of comics. And so they encounter the real world, and their comic books collide with the real world. So there's robots, villains, and creatures escape from the comic books into their real world. And so what they have to do is, by solving problems as well as with their literacy skills, they have to basically save their world. Well, Drawn In is so important because it closes the literacy gap as well as it brings diversity and inclusion in television and media today. And when I was young, I always used to watch Nickelodeon and Disney and all those other networks, and I really didn't see a lot of characters that looked like me in animation. So it's so important to me to see Black and brown and people of color, especially children, in the media today. I'm super excited, and the thing is that Drawn In is actually based in St. Louis, Missouri, and it started off with like kids in the community and stuff. So I live in Missouri City, Texas, which is kind of funny, but I love to be a part of it because it's so amazing, and it's just an amazing show, and I just can't wait for everyone to see it. It actually all started 2 years ago during the pandemic. I was doing something totally different, actually. It started here at Stafford because my theater teacher gave me an assignment about a sock puppet interaction assignment. So I had to interview a sock puppet, and I have to pretend like I'm the sock puppet as well. So I filmed, I edited, I did the music for all of that, and everybody loved it, so they wanted me to turn it into like a little series. So I turned that into a mini series, and I put it on social media, and I went on LinkedIn as well and shared it to a lot of people. And I shared it so much that a lot of people called me back and wanted to interview me as well, and was so interested in it, like from France, Canada, New York, California, and I also sent it to Lion Forge Animation, and they really liked it. And the co-founder, Carl Reed, was giving me insight and tips on what I can do to get my show out as well. And I asked him, I'm like, well, if you have anything else that you would like me to be a part of and I can share all my gifts and talents, I would love to be a part of it. And 4 months later, that's how I got into Drawn In. I'm very grateful and blessed every single day to be a part of something so amazing. And hopefully I get to touch kids' lives with Drawn In as well as my other projects as well. So it's really a blessing. I would like to shout out Miss Martinez, Miss Gracie Martinez here at Stafford Municipal School District, and I would like to thank her for everything that she do, and I love her. I also want to shout out my film teacher, Mr. Hamilton. I would like to shout out my mom and my dad for always supporting me in everything that I do, and I love them so much, and thank you. Thank you.
Cornhole carousal next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
Cornhole is a beanbag throwing game that actually has a fair degree of nuance. Speaking of nuance, Fernando Ramirez wondered what cornhole had to do with the Rosenberg Railroad Museum. Let's find out.
Cornhole is just it's a simple game. If people are familiar with washers, it's somewhat similar. You have two boards on opposite ends, about 27 feet, and you have 4 bags that used to be made with corn, and you toss it in the hole. If it lands on the board, it's 1 point. If it's in the hole, it's 3, and your net score, and it's a race to 21. This is a tournament that my wife and I thought about as another opportunity to raise funds for the Railroad Museum. And there are many leagues locally here, and I thought it'd be just great for these guys to have a different avenue to play, sharpen their game, but also while having the side benefit of helping out the Railroad Museum. So there's two levels of competition. One is beginners, almost non-competitive, and the other is competitive, where those experienced in the game can play. But the competitive is open to everybody. We're just trying to have a non-competitive, so beginners and those newcomers could have a safe place to play. Well, this is a beautiful place to be. It's historical. It's historical to the county and to the state of Texas. Great property, and the fact that we have a real live railroad tracks next to us even adds more to it. But this is a great property, great space to do it. The weather's beautiful. I mean, really the stars couldn't align better for this event.
Our director works very hard, having events throughout the year and just giving us the flexibility and allowing me to help fundraise for us. Cornhole is a huge sport that's taken off these last couple of years. All these guys behind me are in competitive play. We're excited to have it here because we have the beautiful layout, nice grounds to be able to house it.
Yeah, I think right now it will be annually because there's another fundraising event in the spring. But yeah, I would love to keep this going. Again, this brings out 3 leagues locally, the different players, and play with different people that you may not. Everybody tends to have their preferred league and you just play in that league. But this way it brings people from 3 different leagues and compete against each other. And this game is really about camaraderie and friendships and connecting with others in the sport. There's a lot of history here with the farming, the rice, and to get historically and how important the railroad system was to get that into the market. And kids may have a different feeling about learning history, but I love it, and this is a way for the community to always learn about how important the railroad and the farming is to this community.
So I would love for this to draw attention to the museum and help the community support and educate our schools around and the families in the area. Some of these guys are from Rosenberg, so it's nice to know that they are here helping support this museum and, yes, draw attention to us, have other events here, continue having cornhole events. It'd be very nice to know that this will be a successful event and that in the future they'll consider supporting us for other events.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.